The clock is ticking. Sequence 45. Maddie awoke when she heard a loud knocking at the door. She yawned and closed her eyes, hoping that whoever was knocking at this awful hour of the morning would give up and go. Then she heard a familiar voice on the other side of the door shout, "Open up, Maddie." That was her mother's voice. There was no doubt. Maddie stood up, slipped into her robe and cautiously made her way out of the bedroom and down to the living room. She walked to the front door. She held the doorknob, took a deep breath to ready herself of whatever her mother had come to talk with her about, and then opened the door. Her mother and Chrissy stood in the doorway. "Good morning. Maddie said what's so good about this morning?" Her mother rudely responded and walked past her into the house. Maddie closed the door and followed close behind into the house. "Maddie Ulishalu I," her mother snapped, poking her finger into her face. "What have I done now?" she asked. "You kicked my daughter out of your house in the middle of the night," she shouted, pointing at her. "This is my house and I have every right to kick her out," Maddie said in a loud voice with her hands on her hips. She was tired of being stepped on. This time around she was going to stand up to her mother. Her mother clapped her hands in disbelief. "Wonders shall never end," she exclaimed, "so you have the guts to raise your filthy voice at me. I am sorry if you are offended, but I am tired of your emotional abuse, Mum. You just can't barge into my house and start shouting at me without asking why I kicked Chrissy out. I don't even understand why she kicked me out in the first place," Chrissy said. Maddie looked at her sister and shook her head. "Blood liar," she Sadie begged her to allow me spend the night, but she wouldn't listen. "She started throwing my clothes outside like I was a criminal," Chrissy said, feigning tears. "The guy from the next door is the one who accommodated me after watching the whole ordeal." "That's a lie, Chrissy. It wasn't even midnight when I told you to leave, and deep down you know why I kicked you out, so enough with those crocodile tears. You are just wicked and evil. Enough." Her mother yelled. "Enough with all this bullshit. It doesn't matter what she did. You had no right to kick her out at such an ungodly hour. Why didn't you call me to pick her up?" Maddie remained silent. "You know what?" her mother said. "What?" Maddie asked. "We should have let you die with your parents. I shouldn't have accepted to take you in. See how you are repaying me, you bastard." "What do you mean I should have died with my parents?" Maddie asked with astonishment and disbelief. Her mother's tone scared her. "I am not your real mother." The words came out of her mouth before she could stop them. Maddie's heart suddenly slammed hard against her chest. She couldn't believe what she'd just heard. "You are not my biological mother?" she asked, just to be sure she heard correctly. She responded. Her face was blank and devoid of any emotion. Maddie felt her knees buckle. This didn't make any sense. How was she not her mother? And if she wasn't, who was? But, how? She asked helplessly, staring at her mother so she could explain this madness. Awkward silence settled over them. "Please, make me understand," she pleaded. "Your father was my late husband's brother. He died 2 years after my husband and I got married, leaving his wife pregnant behind. My husband being a good man that he was, let your mother move in with us after the funeral. Unfortunately your mother died too while giving birth to you." Maddie silently listened while choking back tears. "There was no one to take care of you when your mother died. No one wanted to be responsible for a baby that wasn't theirs. So my husband again decided to take you in on the condition that no one would ever reveal to you that you weren't ours. I was against that idea, but this is Africa and the husband's word is always final," she said. "My husband adored you. You were his princess. He treated you like royalty. He always said you would be a great woman, but I guess he was wrong. If my husband was alive he would be ashamed of the woman that you have become. You have asked me several times if I am really your mother. No, I am not. I only have 3 children and you aren't one of them." She slid onto the chair, trying to process what she had just heard. Her entire world had just come crushing down. Everything she thought she knew was a lie. "So now you know why I hate you. You are not my sister, Chrissy Loft. This is where the road ends for us. You ceased to exist to me the minute you maltreated my child. Chrissy, let's go." Gladly, she picked her bag and they both marched out of the house. "Oh Lord," she cried, "what have I done to deserve this?" She sank upon the ground and cried bitterly as her mother's words came back to mind. Asterisk 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 asterisk. You certainly are a fool, Maya screamed at her brother. What have I done now? Lord. Maya took a deep breath. I know a whore when I see one, and Maddie isn't a whore. Meaning. This video, where it came from, I suspect foul play. She couldn't have agreed to get down with another man like that knowing how committed she is to you. So what are you saying? You messed up again. You shouldn't have jumped to conclusions, and you shouldn't trust Emma at all. What do you have against Emma? I have nothing against Emma. You know I love her, I just don't trust her. There is just something about her that doesn't sit well with me. I thought I told you about it last time. Think about it. Why is Emma suddenly throwing herself at you? Isn't she supposed to be engaged or something? I don't know. I kicked her out, remember? You kicked her out, but Maddie saw you kissing her. I know you charred. If Maddie had not walked in on you guys, we would be telling another story right now. This is confusing. This Aaron guy sent her flowers when I was in her house, and then the next day I received this video. I don't want to look at that video a second time. All I know is that something fishy is going on. She doesn't even look too active when that guy is kissing and undressing her. Send me that video and the number that sent it. I promise I will get to the bottom of this. What am I supposed to do now? Stay away from Emma. If she needs to bring Theo over, let her call me, and then I will see Maddie later in the day. I want to hear what she has to say about the video. I will determine what to do afterwards. You are a lifesaver. Charred Sadie. I'm tired of seeing you jump from one reckless situation to another, so I am taking over. I will get to the bottom of this issue, and when I do, all hell will break loose. Asterisk asterisk asterisk.